Hi, scholars. It is Mr. Yabareno, and I'm so excited to dive into our close reading lesson today. So yesterday, you were able to read and annotate the text at your age in order to find the central message. Today, we're going to go over what that central message of the text is and get ready to prepare for responding to a written response question using race. So let's dive in. Before we continue, let's just make sure we have our materials. Today, we're still working with a text at your age that can be found on your Google Classroom page. You would also need your composition notebook. Please pause this video now to gather your materials, and then unpause the video when you are ready. And with that, let's dive right in. So again, scholars, yesterday you read the text, At Your Age, by Colleen Archer. And you were able to annotate the story and come up with a central idea. So let's review. What is the genre of the text at your age? What is the genre of the text at your age? When I say go, not yet, you're going to scream it out loud and proud. Get ready, go. Yes, scholars, it is a fiction text. Nice work. What is our genre-based thinking job since the text is fiction? What is our genre-based thinking job? You're right. Our genre-based thinking jobs are, who are the characters and what do we know about them? What is the problem? How do they solve it? And what lesson do we learn? So now, scholars, when me and your teachers were reviewing your deliverables from yesterday, there were two different central ideas that came up. We had Scholar A and Scholar B. Now, Scholar A wrote their central message underneath their genre-based thinking job, and it said, the central message is, you should treat people like you want to be treated. You should treat people like you want to be treated. But then there was Scholar B who said, the central message is enjoying life and being true to yourself rather than acting a certain age. Now I'm going to give you a moment. I want you to look at Scholar A and Scholar B, and you're thinking, which central message do you agree with and why? And as good readers, we know that we need to always go back into our text to support our thinking with some text evidence. So going back into the text at your age, there were key pieces of evidence that hints at what the central message of this text is really about. So we see that in paragraph 7, it said, reluctantly, Frances said goodbye to Grace. She went with Julie to join their friends, Sandra and Suzanne on the other side of the playground. Now again, what happened before this moment is that Frances was at recess and she was playing Ring Around the Rosie with her 5-year-old sister Grace and Grace's 4 friends. And in this moment that she was playing with her younger sister, Julie came along and told her, you better act your age. And then this piece of text evidence said reluctantly, which means that she was unwilling, didn't want to really do something. So she did not really want to leave Grace and her friends and stop playing Ring Around the Rosie. But she did anyway, because we know something about Frances. We know that she's very insecure and really cares what people think. So she went along and decided to not play with Grace and her friends and decided to join Sandra and Suzanne, even though that's not what she really wanted to do. And then we see this piece of text evidence in paragraph 9 where it says, before dinner, Grandma and Grandpa and Francis's mom and dad played Ring Around the Rosie with Grace. Francis just watched. Again, in the beginning of the text, we did see that Francis does enjoy playing Ring Around the Rosie. But for some reason, when they were playing at Grandma and Grandpa's house, she did not join. And we know, again, that ties to who she is as a person, of being very insecure and caring a lot about what people think, even though she does enjoy things like playing Ring Around the Rosie, that some people say is childish and not for her age. So let's go back to our two student work samples. So we see Scholar A that says, you should treat people like you want to be treated. But we did see in this text certain instances where Aunt Augusta and Francis does not have a positive relationship. Our text evidence does not support that we should be treating people like you want to be treated. So since our evidence doesn't support this central message, we cannot say that this is the central idea or central message of our text. However, we did find evidence to support that it is important that you're enjoying life. We see that Frances wasn't able to enjoy certain things because she was being insecure and cared about what other people think. But as soon as she stops thinking about what others thought of her and started to do things like play Ring Around the Rosie again and play with her younger sister at the end of the text, that tells us that you just need to be true to yourself. If you want to blow bubbles in your milk, do it. If you want to play Ring Around the Rosie with your younger sister and her friends, do it. Live your life rather than trying to act a certain age. And that is our central message for this text. Enjoying life and being true to yourself rather than acting a certain age. Now, scholars, today you have a focus question. You're going to read and mark up the question using a question code. Don't forget to code your question. Then, as good readers always do, you're always going to go back into the text and find 2 to 3 pieces of evidence to support your answer. And here is your deliverable for the day. You're going to complete the race response for Act Your Age in your composition notebook. You're then going to take a photo of it and upload it to Google Classroom. Scholars, you've been doing such a great job during our close reading lessons. You have been working very hard by previewing the text, annotating in order to find a central message. Now today, you're going to take those annotations to help you answer your focus question. Remember, we write in race. Restate, answer a question, making sure you have an inference. You're going to give some context and then cite evidence. And then don't forget, you need to name and prove why your inference is correct. 4th grade, go forth and conquer. I will be seeing you soon. Having a great day.